Hi folks, welcome back to Technology Review. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. You can find me on my website, macjacksonjr.com, on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Remember to share, subscribe to our show, and make sure that you share and subscribe to our show. We really like that and everything, and be able to get this message out to all of our viewers. In this segment, we call it the green energy technology. Green energy technology, folks. What I mean by green energy technology, I mean things like electric cars, electric vehicles. That's what we talk about in this segment. And for those of you who are not familiar with electric bikes, you definitely need to take a look at some of them. There's a lot of great bikes out there that are electric. What that means is you think of a mountain bike that has a little small but very, very powerful electric motor in the back wheel. Most of the times in the back wheel, you might find sometimes you'll find in the front wheel, but mostly in the back wheel. And a powerful battery that will give you pedal assist, so now you can ride your bike a lot further. Now, I mentioned riding bikes, and that sounds like a great idea for health reasons. You know, we all should do that, but it's been very hot here in Vegas, so I understand the folks that are saying, Mac, riding a bike here in Vegas, it's been 110, 115 outside, so maybe late at night you could do a bike around Red Rock Mountain, Red Rock Canyon area. But definitely check out the electric bikes. It's something you should definitely take a look at. The other is electric cars. Those of you who have watched my show for these many years, you know that one of my favorite electric vehicles I've been following for a while is the Tesla Model S. The Model S was the first Tesla before the Roadster. There was a Roadster beforehand, but the one that really made the market and made people start to take a look was the Tesla Model S. And if you haven't got a chance to see one or test drive it, well, you should. There used to be unicorns, but now you see them everywhere. Teslas are everywhere. Elon Musk and his organization, Tesla Motors, have manufactured the Model S, and they are being sold everywhere. Also, they have charging stations. That used to be another negative comments that were created by people that were concerned that your electric vehicle will run out of fuel. Well, where do you charge it? It's not like going to the gas station. Well, now Elon Musk has built thousands of supercharger stations across the country, so you can literally drive your Tesla from Washington State and take it south all the way across the U.S. to New York and Maine without having to worry about charging your vehicle. That's right, folks. You can do that now because there are charging stations built across the country to charge your Tesla. Tesla now has the Model X, which is their SUV version. Now, this is really a really nice version. This car is amazing with the Falcon wing doors. You can have up to a 7-seater of this SUV, and a really stunning automobile. I really like it a lot. I've had the opportunity to test drive this vehicle as well. Matter of fact, I've test driven it several times at Tesla. And again, Tesla's not a sponsor yet of our show, but hopefully in the future they will be. So if you haven't got a chance to test drive a Tesla, folks, please do. But with that said, I also want to give a comment about another vehicle. It used to be the Karma Fisker, or Fisker Karma. It was a stunning sports electric car that came out about 2010, and for a couple years there, people were just surprised to have this beautiful car. Well, they went out of business in 2012, and then another company out of China brought them back to the U.S. and started manufacturing the vehicle here in the U.S., and they're calling the vehicle the Karma, but not the name Fisker on it, but it's called the Karma Revolve. And this car, again, is stunning. They've taken on all the flaws and problems from the original version, and now they have it available on the new version. You get a chance to take a look at some of the YouTube channels and do a search for the Karma Revero, and you'll see that this is a beautiful car. It's huge. It's a big car for tall people, yes. Big car, roomy, and just stunning inside. Definitely check this car out. Now, the problem, of course, is the price. They're looking at $129,000 for this vehicle, but it's still in line with the Tesla Model X and other vehicles. Now, that's the Karma. Also, stay tuned for other manufacturers that are coming up with their versions of electric vehicles. For example, Porsche. We're releasing a Model E-concept car. It's coming soon as well. And Jaguar having an I-Pace vehicle, SUV, to be launched next year. These are some very interesting cars that are coming out on the market regarding EVs. It seems the automobile industry is definitely looking at EVs as being the next evolution in cars. They're having them safe, and they're building lots of charging stations around the country that can charge these vehicles. Now again, the Tesla charging, speaking of charging stations, Tesla has their charging stations built across the country. However, a lot of them aren't compatible with some of these other vehicles. It's like having a car that can only run on 97 octane and you don't have regular anywhere. That could be a problem as well for some of these other EVs. So that's why you're going to see more EVs charging stations popping up in your town within shopping districts. For example, your shopping malls, your stores, your restaurants. You're going to see EV charging stations there. You may have noticed you found some of these EV charging stations in apartment complexes. Well, you also will start to find them in shopping malls and restaurants as well. So while you're having dinner or lunch, you can plug your car in and have it charged at the same time. So our society is definitely changing, moving towards EVs. We like that, and that's a good thing. The other advancement that's going on with the electric vehicles and technology in general is autonomous driving, autonomous vehicles. Within the next 3 to 5 years, it's reported that Uber and Lyft will have implemented a autonomous vehicle on the road. That means that when you call from your smartphone for a Uber or Lyft, it may have a driver, but the driver is not driving the car. The car is driving itself. That's a question I pose for you. Send me an email at info@macjacksonjr.com. Let me know your comments. Would you ride in a vehicle from Uber or Lyft that is autonomous? I'd like to know your opinion of that. What we're going to do is we're going to collect some of these opinions. We're going to let the Uber and Lyft people know what our audience thinks about that. That's really something. Mike Truck, thank you, Mike, for joining our show today out on Facebook Live. Appreciate that. And Carla, thank you also for being part of our Facebook Live. And Don as well. Don's in Colorado. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that also. But yeah, so these autonomous vehicles, let us know if you would be comfortable riding in a vehicle that's autonomous and eventually getting to a point where there's no driver. It's understood as well that manufacturers will looking to develop in the next 5 years vehicles that will not have a steering wheel or pedals in the front seat. These vehicles will have passengers only, that will have no driver. So imagine that, folks. And these vehicles will be autonomous as well. Now, if you're not sure what I mean by autonomous vehicles, you haven't seen it, if you live here in the Las Vegas area, definitely check out downtown. There is a bus downtown called the Hop On Board, sponsored by AAA, and it is in front of the Container Park on Fremont Street here in Las Vegas. This bus is autonomous. Yes, it drives by itself. It has sonar, lasers, sensors in front of it, all around it. It can see see ahead of itself, behind itself, above. It knows exactly where it's at and objects that are in front of it and side of it. A really interesting bus. So we're going to do a couple of interviews from that bus too. So definitely keep tuned to our show. We're going to be doing some interesting things regarding that as well. But yeah, those are all autonomous vehicles. So that gives you a chance to see. And why that bus is here in the first place here in downtown is like we're doing on this show right now. We're talking about it. We're getting the public educated in what's happening in the future regarding autonomous vehicles. And if people start to use this technology, they will be more comfortable with it. See, that's a benefit. And eventually, we may have more of these devices. So again, let me know what you think. Let us know here, Technology View, what you think about autonomous vehicles and devices like that by sending me an email at info@macjacksonjr.com. It's info@macjacksonjr.com. Well, folks, I want to thank you for joining us here on Technology Review. We had a good time here getting you this information, putting together our program. We invite you to follow us on my website, macjacksonjr.com, and sign up for information and newsletters on our next show. And definitely follow us on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. We want you all to have a good weekend. And remember, folks, information is the new currency. Our privacy will be protected. We have our Constitution. Remember the power of our vote. We must vote. And stay informed. Let people know things you learn in this show. And tell a friend. Definitely tell a friend, folks. I want you to have a good day, and we'll see you again on Technology Review. Bye, folks. Thanks again.